doing paperwork all that. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Vibing with Nikki's. We have a special guest today, and I am Nikki Baby.
I'm Nikki Forever Love.
And
our special guest is...
No, I'm playing Chris.
And Chris have many podcasts that you can check him out. Go ahead and post, let us know where we can find you.
You can just type in your Google search box, Next Level Thinking, or A Slice of Love, or Street Topics with my name, Chris Holmes, at the end of that, and it should pop up. It's on multiple platforms. So I'm just here for the ride and where these ladies may do craziness to it. I'm innocent, just remember that.
All right, so today our topic is relationships and titles. Do titles ruin relationships? We tried to get more than one guy on here, and only one guy wants to pop up and answer our questions. So
Nick, you're wrong for this.
So Chris is our victim for today.
Oh, yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that title. Yeah, go ahead.
So that's
he's not so much of a victim today. It's just basically what we want to know is, does title really matter? And of course, it will be a part 2 and a part 3 to this, because we want to get multiple guys' opinions.
So, Chris, what do you think?
Do titles matter? To me, I mean, personally, okay, on my opinion, I really don't think it should matter. But I know we live in a society where that does come to the case, especially when it comes to different like cultural, religious beliefs, or traditional values by family, etc. You may have a clash because like a battle of right or wrong, a guy should act like this and this behavior, do this kind of actions, or do this in the house, etc., etc. Vice versa. It's two-way street with women as well. And I really feel like it shouldn't matter. You should be able to communicate with your partner and do what y'all works for y'all in the house, because everybody's relationship, etc., is different. But then you have some people that are religious. This is what the text says. You do it by this, and then they're gonna have their own interpretation of the text. Everybody has that. And then we go against that, I'm being completely honest, they're gonna use the text against you to make you feel bad. Now, I already said a mouthful already. I'm probably about to get stones thrown at me, but the truth is, I mean, that's what happens. So
that is true, because I kind of feel like it depends on the type of relationship that you're having with this person, and y'all need to sit down and have a conversation before you even put a title on it. Because some people feel like, oh, if I'm your boyfriend per se, they feel like they're entitled to have to do certain things. Or if you say, oh, this is my fiance, or fiance is a big title, that means you're about to spend the rest of your life with that person.
I mean, that title I think you should have. I mean, but you got, I mean, the boyfriend, the girlfriend title, that's the title that I'm more worried or talking about, or is this.
When it comes to boyfriend and girlfriend title, that thing is so, again, I'm getting some stones thrown at me because from my upbringing, my grandma just out of her own words be like, y'all just
shacking up.
Shacking up, or y'all just play dating or puppy love until y'all see a ring on her finger. She's really old school. She believes in that. And I know society nowadays has a different view of it. But then again, you have reality TV shows and people put titles or try to trap a person in certain situations. And it's just overall crazy. And then I've seen people be completely miserable being trapped under these titles, and they want to get out, and then they make the partner feel bad. They want to get out because of some kind of situation. So this is crazy to me at this point.
Well, I can understand that too, because I've known some people and that will prefer not to be in a titled relationship, but rather be in a relationship that doesn't have a title. I've been there. Actually, I have a friend that does a lot of different things, and he would rather not have a title on the relationship because he feels like if I have a title, then that means you want to control me in some shape, form, or fashion. Where no, I don't want to be controlled because I've been married before.
That's what another
Right.
guy had said, that, he didn't want a title because, it feels like that person is in control of him and he wants to be in control of himself. I mean, I kind
Well,
of
you can
get
just label us the Three Stooges because I'm in agreement of that.
that.
Look, I'm gonna say it like this: I want a happy family, loving wife, and much more in a marriage. I want that. But I'd be
Okay,
damned
and
if I. But no. But let me finish. But I'd be damned if I feel like in control because I'd rather die single and happy than miserable, and they can go to hell, whoever think I'm posing wise, because I only get one life in this damn motherfucker, and I only get one. So let me live the happiest I can be. I hope and want to be married with this partner, which I can have happy memories with. But I'd be damned if I'd be miserable.
I mean, that's true.
right.
That's true. I also listened to another podcast about this topic, and it was brought up that a man don't want to answer to nobody. And by him not answering to nobody, the guy said that basically, even though he treats you right and y'all are doing whatever y'all doing, y'all having casual sex, you're basically a prostitute. So how do y'all feel about this?
I don't have that. I feel like that's not fair because how can you call a woman a prostitute because you don't want to have a title?
Okay, let me.
How can you do that? Because then that means the male is being a male prostitute, right?
I mean, yeah, but if he treating her right and buying her things, but they don't have a relationship, but that's y'all shacking up and having casual sex, then I kind of see where he's coming from. But I mean, it might hurt my feelings and everybody else's feelings, but it's kind of
okay. I'm gonna put my from the guy's point of view. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot more others, and then I'm gonna switch because I'm gonna be on this podcast while driving, but I can't do it on my computer. But I'll put this in real quick. I think it comes down to what you're watching and what you believe from family value. Because right now we have a lot of reality TV shows that promote that heavy. And so a lot of times what I believe is they want to relive those kind of situations into their own personal life. Like you see most guys want to be that dominant figure. I mean, hell, look at Empire. I mean, and then that's promoted and then held at a high standard and then praised all the time. It's known for the guy to be the alpha a lot of times. And then you have shows that like, F that, let me show how the woman can be the alpha at the same time. And it clashes back and forth. So it can go either way. But what I really believe should come down to communication, and then communication and knowing what works best for each partner. And I don't like the little title of prostitute because it basically just makes it sound as it is. You just fucking the person and just there. If you want to do that, be honest. That way, the other person's not confused of what's going on. Yeah. That way, if they find someone else who's serious and wants to do something else, they can move on on a life without having expectation that nothing happens.
I think from my research for this podcast that titles are mostly for a woman's what's the word I'm looking for?
Security.
For security, yeah. We want to know like where we stand. I mean, not me personally, but I know some women when they get a title, they change. I don't personally change. I mean, I'm personally gonna leave the same. I'm gonna leave the same.
I already said what I said. Like I will work and build and want a happy family, but I'd be damned if I be controlled because I would rather die happy single.
I mean, right? Nobody wants to be controlled. That's definitely, out of the question. But I mean, at least I want to know. Look, am I a booty call or are we, just fucking and and still hanging out, or am I the girlfriend or I don't know. I just feel like it's got to be some type of something. You got to let me know where I stand somewhere.
Right.
Well, in my situation, I feel like if I have a title, like if I'm your girlfriend, your old lady, or whatever, I still don't change. Even though I am a wife, my attitude and the way I treat him or the way I carry myself still doesn't change. I'm still laid back.
Right.
I'd rather be in the limelight for most things than be directly on the forefront and everybody's like, oh, well, because you're the wife, you have to do such and such and such. I know what I have to do. You ain't got to tell me what the hell I got to do to take care of mine. But at the same time, my husband will come up and say, well, you don't necessarily have to do that. I'm the man, I can handle that, I'm gonna do it. Okay, cool. That's where it steps in at, because he is my husband, so he's gonna defend me to the end. No matter what the situation is, he's gonna defend me to the end. But that title of when you're just starting out is the question, does it really matter when you first starting out? The title is, when you first starting out, y'all friends. Because at any given day, a man can walk away from a woman, or a woman can walk away from a man, and because you don't have a title, you feel like, okay, I can do what I want to do because it's not been established that we're in a committed relationship.
Right, and use that against you too, because they can be like, oh, well, we weren't in a relationship. Because if if I catch you with somebody else and I was like, oh, such you cheating on me, no, we weren't in a relationship. That's because you don't have.
And then don't say nothing, Nicole. When you have those that will go into a relationship and use a title, then do underneath bullshit, and while the other one person stays faithful, and then they just use the title as a little cover up. But those situations happen all the time, I guess, nowadays.
Yeah, that happens though. But at the same time, before anything gets started, before you even have sex, y'all need to sit down, get to know each other before you even start having sex, because sex plays a big part into the whole situation. Because us women, we catch feelings kind of quick,
especially after sex. After we have sex, I feel like the feelings just start trickling down. Like, oh, okay, the more and more you
somebody's soul, basically.
I mean, it's a soul tie. It's a soul tie when you have sex. So you're catching that energy and stuff like that. So I do agree, you need to sit down and have that conversation. But if you say you have this conversation and you're like, okay, we're gonna take it slow. So how long is it slow, and how long did it take to give you this freaking title, or did you get the title ever? And you just jump up one day and it's like, oh, will you marry me? And I'll be like, well, damn, I didn't know we was in a freaking relationship.
You need to have that. No, you can't just jump up and say, will you marry me? No, y'all need to have this conversation before you even talk about marriage any which way around the board, because that still leaves a person to feel like, okay, well, I'm not sure if I really want to be with this person. This person might be a mass murderer, and
let me add on to that. And that's why I'm like I like the dating stuff much more in a relationship, because I want to know the ins and outs, positives, negatives, and all that. Because I'd be damned if I'm not going to just jump to that.
Right, but Chris, in my situation from Huntsville, okay, so me and, I'm not gonna say no names, but me and such, you know who I'm talking about, but me and such and such, we were dating. Well, we weren't really dating, but we lived together, but we wasn't dating. We didn't have a title. He didn't want a title, and then all of a sudden, out the blue, it was, oh, I think you're talking to somebody else. Let me shut you down from talking to somebody else, and let me put a ring on it. I was like, well, damn.
That don't work neither.
But a guy.
That doesn't work neither. Just because you want to sit up there and get mad because you think that person is dealing with somebody else, and then you want to try to shut it down and put a ring on it. No, y'all didn't sit down and have that communication, regardless if y'all living together or not. Y'all didn't have that talk to say, okay, we're in a relationship, this is exclusive, such and such and such. But then you will get caught doing what you want to do and get mad. No, that don't work that way.
That's true. That's true. I just think really and truly it should be based on the people themselves about titles. If you feel like the girl is gonna go commit some shit, then yeah, no title. But then you really don't even be that person. I think you should get to know the person, like y'all are saying, get to know the person.
You're damn right.
Hell yeah, because guess what? I can tell you from like personal experience, I didn't felt like just because I've talked to someone or whatever, and then like really start to get to know them, like their attitude changes and shit, and then you be like, nah, let me back away from this red light start flashing. That
nobody's gonna show you their true colors in the beginning. It's gonna be all good and gravy at first. And then you get down 6-7 months in the line, and then you're like, oh, wait a minute, where this crazy motherfucker come from? Oh shit.
That's why I say you date, you find the ins and outs, because everybody has problems. I mean, let's be honest. Nobody's perfect.
Of course, everybody do have their eyes, their ears, their outs, their differences. But at the same time, don't come at me sideways talking about, well, you knew we was in a relationship. If we didn't have that conversation and You didn't say, okay, I agree to us being in a relationship. We're now exclusive, and I'm not gonna be messing with nobody else. You're not gonna be messing with nobody else, and it's just me and you. And then come to find out, you really didn't want to be exclusive. You really didn't want that.
Yeah, true.
That sounds like come see about me.
I mean, but then you have those people that don't know how to communicate and say what they want. They just give you, how do I say it? Nikki, you know what I'm talking about. Like, they give you like, oh, mutual, like whatever you know, whatever. Let's go with the flow type of thing.
Especially women, emotion. They're very high.
I think Nikki, you
I mean, like, real quick. Like, we be ready to bust a nigga in the head because you didn't play with our goddamn feelings. But at the same time...
I ain't a killer, but don't push me.
Right.
I ain't no killer, but don't push me.
and then...
I like how y'all both driving. I want to drive too.
Then you're like, oh, well, I can't do this because you got an attitude, or every time you turn around, you got an attitude. Well, I got an attitude, goddamn, because of the shit that you put me through. This is the reason why I got a goddamn attitude.
Right. That's true.
Okay, so I will say this in the guy's defense when it comes down to that. A lot of times we think more logically when it comes down to things, and women think more emotionally. Is it all the time? No. But I'm just saying, a lot of guys just think logically and they just miss it. And I'm just being transparent.
I get that because I've been on both sides of the fence. I ain't even gonna lie. Been on both sides of the fence, and what I mean by the both sides of the fence, because I am bisexual. So being in a relationship with another woman kind of be like, okay, do I really want to tell her that I'm thinking about going have a conversation with such and such? Or I'm going to kick it with such and such because my girlfriend kind of crazy and this bitch might play pull up and kill all us in this motherfucker because I ain't tell her.
Yeah, because that's a woman. A woman's more, we're more.
Exactly. And that's why I said communication is very big because like my mostly all my clientele is women, so I have to communicate. And then like I said, I don't need you or somebody building some thoughts in the head and it's not what it is. Right. But I notice that a lot when it comes down to, like I said, not all, but like women I dated in the past, they emotionally build something in their head and that's not actually fact. Do they have right because of the past history? Yes. But still communicate with your partner. Yeah, I gave a rose on that.
You up though, your past will fuck you up.
I mean, it can be for the guys too, but like some guys can be screwed over so many times and now their shield is just super high up. And it can be like, oh, that's just another, it's about to do this. So it's two-way street.
Right, and I can understand that because I've known a lot of men that has been hurt by women, and they have their guards up so high to where they'll let the good woman walk past them. They will literally let this good woman walk past them.
And I'm glad you brought that up because, and this goes for both men and women, you don't want to ruin something that's good because you, in your head, you plot the expectation of that person fucking up. And I've seen a lot of people, this is a lot more common than you think, put the expectation of this partner fucking up into the point where there's times where the partner's like, you know what, you expect them to fuck up, so I'm just gonna fuck up because I'm tired of trying to be honest with you and, you know, just loyal, and you expect me and wait me to screw up or accusing that person of
if you constantly accuse somebody, then yeah, they're gonna get tired of you being accused and they're gonna be like, well, fuck it. You think I'm doing it anyway, so let me go do this.
Right, but not the way it should be. Relationship, yes, that's something for you to learn from.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But
and
you're not supposed to bring that into your future relationship. Everybody is not.
You must be in a bad area.
You might find some. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, a little bit better, yeah.
So, and then I'm stuck in traffic too, y'all. So, But that's just like with me. Okay, I was married once before, and my first husband, we was actually damn good friends. Like before we got married, we was friends. Like I knew him, I knew his attitude, I knew his ways, and then when we got married, we started dibbling. Well, before we got married, we started dibbling and dabbling and having a little fun on the outside or whatever. But that was before we said I do. And then come to find out, the whole time before we said I do, he was still out there in the street dibbling and dabbling with people that I didn't know he was dibbling and dabbling with. It was never okay, it was okay for you to go do this. And who feelings getting hurt? My feelings getting hurt. So now I'm about to bust you in the top of your goddamn head because now you don't play with my damn feelings. And it was supposed to be just being you. So with that being said, if you don't have no lines of communication or unable to talk to the person you're dealing with, then why should there be a title? If there's no title, then that you're entitled to do what you want because you're grown. But at the same time, when you put a title on it, you have to literally stick with that title.
That's true.
Because that's like
Okay,
a
so
verbal
I'm gonna
contract.
I'm gonna throw a twist in that because I feel like it's a perfect opportunity for this to come in because it's gonna make sense. So I know a lot of times you have every right to be mad for what happened when that situation, but let's not lie. When it comes down to that, when it comes to, let's say, especially I'll say African Americans, I'll use that title. That's a whole other situation, but I'm not gonna get into this podcast about that. There's been a high death rate in Black families because of domestic violence, so because certain stuff like this comes up to. So with that said, do you think the reason that we retaliate to like pretty much murder somebody because of like what we've seen or been taught or seen in our household all the time? Or because now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be pissed on my damn self, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, shit ain't worth it, but I gotta calm myself down.
Right. In a bad area, Nikki. She's in a bad area.
How to say it again? You're breaking up.
Yeah, that's the truth. And then I said that's true, but at the same time, it's like, okay, granted, I was raised with both parents in the house. I never saw my mom and my dad get into like a physical altercation. When they wanted to fuss or whatever, they put our ass out the house and they fuss and we never knew nothing about it or whatever. Or it was, we're about to have a family meeting and all of us had to be in that room and have this discussion. With that being said, with other family members,
don't do that no more, boo. They don't do that no more.
You know,
that's foundation. That's some old roots.
Right.
Yeah, like they don't do that no more. But even with that situation, like with my aunts and my uncles and stuff like that, I've seen to where some of them literally, like when they got mad, I've seen some of my uncles whip their old ladies' asses, and you be like, damn, Uncle, you ain't have to do that. It was not that serious.
I will tell you right now, it's not worth it, especially the jail time and loss of money. One I learned, like, and this came from my grandparents. They say, like, when you get into like a heated kind of, moment or just feel like that, just walk away or just take a moment and just not say nothing at all. Because when you're that heated, especially as a guy, you want to go off as a guy. Like if another guy's in my face and I was that heated, I would want to like knock the shit out of him, like knock his ass out. And we got to remind ourselves that there's a woman right in front of you. Chill the fuck out.
By saying that, women, I do think women antagonize men sometimes because they be on their face. Yeah. Like,
they do.
Face.
We do.
Get out there.
And
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm disconnected from that relationship because I'm not losing money or jail time. Your ass is not worth it. Bye.
We do. We literally do. But then you have those men that will push a woman to the edge to say, okay, nah, nigga, we about to throw down now because now you done pushed me to the point to where I need to show you I'm not afraid of you.
Right. I ain't no punk.
And I feel you.
But at
And
the
I
same
feel you.
time, us women have to realize we can't beat no man.
No,
We
baby,
can try
no.
our damnedest.
That's why I
Yeah.
say
You ain't
it,
got
like
no cast iron skillet. You
it's
can't
just in the
help
heat.
yourself.
And I agree, it's in the heat of the moment emotions. But in the defense of a guy, we got to learn how to control our emotions and not act on a physical way, because let's not lie, the system will fuck us up.
Yes,
So
it
now
will.
we can be like, not even punching one, but just kind of like get off of me. And all of a sudden, like we're in red. Like I didn't even like hit the girl at all. So I guess that's why my people
Now,
told
my
me just
husband
walk
told
away
me
and
a
cool off.
story similar to that. My husband told me a story similar to that he had got into a heated discussion with one of his ex-girlfriends at the time. And it was so bad to where she hauled off and hit him, and all he did was shove him. And he
In
ended up
defense.
going to jail for it.
Trying to get the girl off. That's what I'm saying. Like when it comes to the
Right.
justice system, we're
But at
screwed.
the same time, yeah, you're screwed, but at the same time, if the girl is telling the police officer or whoever, I hit him first, but yeah, dude, whatever, okay, both of y'all ass need to go to jail.
Right, that part.
Yeah.
That part.
Because you can't just sit up there and provoke a man and keep hitting a man and think he's not going to defend himself.
Yeah.
Especially if he didn't put his hands on you first.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I would take that I'm gonna walk away from this argument before something happens.
Yeah, and then you get them crazy
this argument.
situations like where like I've been in, and thankfully nothing happened, where I was trying to walk away, but the lady blocked the door, and then my mind was like, oh shit, why did you do that? So I had to keep my composure the
Well,
whole
put it like
time.
this. I have been in a situation similar to that, but I was the one that blocked the door, and I wasn't trying.
You wasn't trying to what, Nikki?
Say it again. You break. Hold on.
Him. I was more or less trying to fight her.
I think I know what she's trying to say, but I can barely hear her.
Because
Like,
now
so,
you in my domain. I wasn't
Did you
trying
say
to fight the guy. I was trying to fight him.
Are you trying to fight the girl? We're just trying to like
that
understand.
situation is that, yeah, like I blocked the door and he was like, no, don't do it. And I'm like, no, I want to fight this bitch. I don't want to fight you.
okay.
I want to fight this bitch. Because you sitting up here and you trying to cause the problem in the middle of our relationship. Not your relationship. Your relationship is over.
yeah.
So now, bitch, I won't fight you. Because I know if I fight a female and if I go to jail, I'm going to still get out. But at the same time,
It's not as
I'm
bad
not going to
as
have.
yeah, domestic violence.
Yeah.
Right. Because, bitch, you ain't my old lady, for one.
Right.
Because I don't like you like that.
I've been in similar situations like that. I mean, I've ran and tried to block somebody in, little video of me. Tried to block you in the house.
that? Damn.
I'm blocking you in the house because I don't want you to leave because I feel like let's talk it out. Yeah, you're heated and I'm heated too. But if you leave, I don't want to talk to you. Then it's too late. You done left. It's over with.
Sure, I'll take my
but
chance. Let
I
me
kind of
cool
feel
off.
like this. when that situation happened, I've learned to literally, like, if he want to walk away from the argument at that moment in time because he's that angry to where he may lay hands on me, I'm going to let him walk off until he's ready to come back and talk about it.
Thank you.
Then,
Thank you.
you could be done left out the house for 3 days.
Yes, because
And you
at
come
that
back
moment,
and you calm, we could talk about it.
yeah, because we're cool that we can actually think now. Like in the heat of the moment, we're just aggravated. We're going to say something we probably regret.
We're running out of time, y'all. We're gonna have to wrap it up for round 2.
Of this conversation. Of
Yeah,
course,
get another
guys,
guy.
everything that we're Ladies and gentlemen, everything that we're talking about is basically on opinions or experiences. Please do not take it as we're professional
Love
doctors.
gurus, relationship gurus, none of that.
How
'Cause I know I
deal with
fucked up.
certain situations, but we can point you in the right direction of how to deal with certain situations and everything. But we're just only here speaking from personal experiences and life choices that we decided to make or we haven't decided to make, and we were just put in that position to make a decision on how to handle a situation.
Right, right.
So again, we love you guys. Thank you. Please subscribe to Vibing with Nikki's on YouTube. Subscribe. Like, love, share with your friends, your family, your co-workers, your grandmama and them. As long as it's not the little bitty kids.
Yeah, because we talk dirty on here. Make
Some
sure
things
you
we may
go.
say and you may not want your kids to hear.
Right. Thank you, Chris,
But-
for joining also. And make
Of
sure you go check
course.
Chris's podcasts out. He has multiple ones.
Platforms, yes, and his podcasts and his platforms that he is on is very, very good, guys. Please go to his pages and like, share,
I
and
will
subscribe
put that in
as
the comments.
well.
Yes, yes.
So basically, we love you. I'm Nikki Forever Love.
I'm Nikki, baby.
And
I'm Chris.
We will... Yes, and our lovely guest, Chris, which he will be back.
Of course.
And we will,
We'll have more guys
for
for
round
part
two.
two, so we get somebody else's opinion.
yeah, for round two. So he'll have some backup so you don't feel like he's just being singled
Thank
out by
the
himself
Lord.
anymore.
Gonna get all these stones thrown at me.
It wasn't so bad today, Chris.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad. Never mind.
No, we didn't beat you that bad. But again, we love you guys. Bye.
Bye.